Before we get started with the review today, I want to address the elephant in the room. It has been a long hiatus, but I'm officially back, and I want to end the year strong. Let's finish off 2024 with award season right around the corner with none other than Anora. Hey there and welcome to the channel. My name is Gil and today we are reviewing Anora, written and directed by Sean Baker, starring Mikey Madison, Mark Eydelshteyn, and Yura Borisov. In Anora, a young sex worker from Brooklyn gets her chance at a Cinderella story when she meets and impulsively marries the son of an oligarch. Once the news reaches Russia, her fairy tale is threatened as the parents set out for New York to get the marriage annulled. If you're a film buff like me, you should have had your calendar circled the minute that this movie was announced that it was getting a nationwide release. It has swept every major award season from all the film festivals all year long, including getting the Palme d'Or at Cannes, Sundance, Telluride, South by Southwest. I was extremely eager to see this movie, especially because I'm a fan of Mikey Madison's. Her work is very limited from the time being when she came onto the scene with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but she's been pretty awesome and a standout actor in everything she's done, and this was finally her coming out party in Hollywood. Her stellar work continues, and I am happy to report that she is phenomenal in this movie. Believe in the hype for her, because she really plays this role with conviction, from the physical to the emotional. She does all the physical dancing in the strip clubs, while also speaking Russian when she's talking to Vanya. It's an impressive role that demands so much from an actress, and she gives it her all. If she's not the front runner for the Oscar for Best Leading Actress, she will definitely be in the conversation. I do want to preface this for you if you are planning to go watch it in the movie theaters. Even though it's getting wide acclaim across all the boards everywhere you go, and that's in all the marketing for this movie, I want to say temper your expectations. I'm reading a lot of discourse online about people that are going into this movie expecting it to be the best film of the year and to be that Academy Award winning frontrunner. But for me, I kind of was a little disappointed knowing that it won so much acclaim across all these film festivals. Going in, I had these expectations, and coming out of it, I was like, I enjoyed it, but I wasn't blown away by it. Now, after sitting with it for a couple weeks, I'm like, actually, I kind of love it now. Maybe it's because the time difference, maybe because I sat on it for a bit, but now I'm starting to see what all those film festival critics have seen in this movie all throughout the year. And for you, if you go in just looking for a good time, you're going to be blown away by it. I think this movie is equal parts Pretty Woman and Uncut Gems. And I was surprised with how much comedy and heart is in this movie. And if I had known what to expect going into it, I definitely would have been like, oh, this is kind of not what I was expecting. This is not what I wanted. But if you relish those little expectations going into this film, I think you're going to have a great time. This is one of the funniest movies of the year. I think Sean Baker, Mikey Madison, the entire cast of this movie brought their A game. It's not your stereotypical rom-com or a fairy tale story. It has a bit of a twist to it, which a lot of people I heard have been disappointed by it. But for me, after sitting with it for a while, I began to love it. Audiences have criticized this movie for its pacing issues. There is a significant moment, one scene in particular, that does kind of change the entire attitude of the film. And it goes from being a pretty briskly cut film with montages and this love story, and then it takes a dramatic, slow turn after that midway point. And for the rest of the film, it becomes something else entirely. It becomes anxiety-fueled, becomes a bit of a hysterical romp through New York City. I think you got to give it a chance. Like, for these kind of creative risks, to take something that people are actually enjoying, because I'm going to be honest, that first half of the movie, I was all on board. I'm like, dude, this is really good. Like, holy shit, this is moving at such a great pace. I'm digging all the comedy. The chemistry between Mark and Mikey Madison is fantastic. I want to see more of these two together. And then when that midway point hits, everything changes and that chemistry kind of goes out the window, and she begins to develop new chemistry and new relationships with other characters that are now brought on board. It is a wild ride, man, and I can see why this movie is so acclaimed. I can't really think of too many real negatives about it. The direction, the writing, the performances are all authentic. I liked Yura Borisov as this side character, Igor. He is fantastic in this movie and almost steals every scene that he's in. His chemistry with Mikey Madison is also a big standout for me, and it could also put him on the pedestal for maybe Best Supporting Actor. There's a lot to unpack with this movie. I think if you go in with an open mind, you're going to love it. Keep in mind there is a lot of sex, a lot of nudity, and some drug use. What this film has to say about sex workers, the lower class, and these whiny, entitled, bratty rich kids is something to behold. You'll take a lot out of this movie and also want to research more into what were the ideas and themes behind this film. Sean Baker, of course, was nominated for the Florida Project, so this movie is right up there with that. This is one of my favorite films of the year, and I think you'll get a kick out of it. I give Anora 4.5 out of 5. I say believe in the hype, but don't go in expecting it. It's going to hit you much after you watch the film. If you saw Anora this weekend, what did you think of the film? Sound off in the comment section down below, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm gearing up for a big end of season spectacular called my Gilly Awards, and I can't wait to show you guys what I have in store. Thank you all for watching, and as always, go catch a movie.